Hi guys, I'm Chris. Welcome to this week's tutorial. Let's draw together. In this week's tutorial, we're going to be drawing a cute little bear in a pumpkin spice cup in Procreate, and I'm sure you can create this too if you follow along all the way to the end. If you feel rushed, be sure to hit that pause button or just rewind to catch up and save this video to your library so you can rewatch if you need extra practice. Today we'll be using all 3 brushes found in Procreate, and don't forget, once you've finished this entire video, share it on Instagram, tag me in the image as well as the description so I can find your artwork and feature you here in the next Draw Together video. For this video, I've made you a free color palette just in case you'd like to use the exact same colors I'll be using in this tutorial, so you can just tap on the link in the video description where you can download and install it. And also below you'll find a link to the goodie bag where you can grab some free goodies if you haven't already and support me by visiting my shop. So alright, let's jump in and create a new canvas by setting it up at 4000 by 4000 pixels, 300 dpi and sRGB. So I'm going to start with my sketch, and I'm just going to go grab my 6B pencil and just sort of figure out where this little guy is going to be. So we're going to do this cup. It might be hot chocolate. It's probably pumpkin spice. And I'm just going to start with a simple sort of a rectangle, but in a sort of shape like that. And we're gonna have the cup, the little, you know, sleeve thingy right there, something like that, right? And then we'll have our little bear. He's gonna be just peeking over the edge here. Give him a little circle. He's gonna have his ears here. And I think I'm gonna give him a little whip hat. So that will be fun because we did that before in one of my packs, a cute little whip hat, and I like that. So this little bear appears in my Happy Fall Y'all collection. You might have seen him before, I'm sure, in a couple of the past videos. So we'll have his little paws coming over like that, his little chin over the edge. His ear would be here, but I'm gonna give him a little jaunty hat made of whipping cream. Yum. Okay, so it's gonna come over like that. And his little nose is gonna be roughly down there, something like that. Give him some eyes. I think I might have gone overboard here with this chin. It'll be a little bit smaller like that. I think he's a little bit more of a square character there. Kind of coming in like that. For his ear, I'll just come and do these little lines there. Yeah. And he's got a little mouth that goes like a little arrow. Boop, boop. All right. Good, okay, so then I'm gonna have the little, I don't know, cinnamon sticks come out here. And maybe one more. Something like that. Good. Okay. I think we need a little bit of decoration around him too. Oh, he's got his eyebrows here, of course. All right. Let's do a little festive autumn sorts of things here. We're gonna do some maple leaves. Like that. Maybe we'll have something sort of coming up around here. Some little leaves. Something like that. And a little maple leaf here. Oops. Maple leaf there. Just keeping it pretty loose. That does not look like a maple leaf in the slightest. All right, I think I gotta work on my maple leaf game a little bit. I should know how to do this. Something like that. I don't know what's wrong with me today and my maple leaves. They look a little bit abysmal. I know what's wrong is that this part needs to be smaller. All right, try to do things fast and you end up screwing it up a little bit. So there's those, and then we'll just have a few regular leaves as well. Okay. Good. And I think maybe something like that. I don't know. Right. They're not the right shape. I'm gonna make them a little squattier. Need to freeform. There we go. Something like that. Okay. Jeez. All right. Something like that. Okay. Just gonna resize this by just clicking on my arrow and just, whoops, going back to uniform and just squishing them in again so I have them centered to some degree. Okay, I think that looks good. And I'm also going to actually put I did before do some decorative pumpkin pattern on the cup. So let's do that. So I'm just going to have them kind of come over like this. That looks not right. And maybe one will be over there. Yeah. I'm kind of doing like a pumpkin right here. It's easier if I draw the circle. Just a little pattern of pumpkins. There. What about here? Like that. Maybe one that's sort of sideways here. All right, that should be good. I wonder if we should have a little label on here saying, you know, pumpkin spice or something. Actually, I could just do this. We'll do this, hold it, and then we get a nicer oval. There. Yes, I am going to edit the shape and I'm just going to move it over a little bit. Maybe just bring it in a touch. Good. Okay. What should we say? We should just say, like I said, pumpkin spice. I'm not the best writer, like doing something cute. that's sort of okay. Try to make it kind of fun. I'm not a hand letterer. Kind of want it to look a little childish. Perfect. Okay. I think that will work for our sketch layer. Good stuff. Okay. So next I'm going to start doing some painting. So I'm going to turn down the sketch layer, going to turn it way down to maybe like 15, maybe 18. Okay, and we'll start filling in some stuff here. So I'm going to just hit the plus and create a new layer. And I'm going to go grab my favorite inking brush that is free in Procreate anyway, the dry ink. And I'm going to start to ink this in a good copy. So here we go. Just, oops, terrible. So here we go. Just gonna bring this back down the size to 8%, 6%, no, 8% like I said. Okay, 100 opacity, and I'm just gonna keep it fairly sketchy, not too precise. All right, these looking are slightly better, these little leaves. Okay, so I'm going to turn off our sketch layer. I'm going to keep it because I'm going to do the pumpkins in white afterwards once we color this in. So it'll make more sense later. So I'm going to just fill in all the areas that I kind of want to block out. So I'm going to make the cup a separate color, the sleeve a separate color, excuse me, the bear, and and so on. So I'm going to just start with the bear, and I'm just going to color him in the color he will end up being, but I will change them to white in a minute, but you can just use that beige. And then I'm going to use the studio pen to fill them in. So the layer, you'll want to have that underneath your line work layer. Okay, because it's solid, I can just drag my color in there and do that. Then I'm going to go and do another layer below and grab the orange. Just carry on with the studio pen. Sorry, the studio pen is at 12, but you can do whatever suits your needs best. Filling that guy in. Okay, and then I can just drag that in there. I'm going to go over top of that, a new layer, and grab this light cream color to this section. Pop that in. While we have this cream, we can do his hat too. Drag that in. And I'm going to create another layer below the orange layer here and get that what am I going to do? This color right beside here, and do the cinnamon sticks. All right. And then I think I'll do the leaves as well. So I'm just gonna do one more layer at the bottom, grab this green color, just quickly get these leaves here. This needs to be on top. Very messy today. Sakes. Okay, so that's good for now. We have it all kind of blocked in now. If you've watched before, you know that I'm going to fill these all in with white, and because I'm going to go and paint them, I don't want them to just be solid. So I'm just going and clicking on that layer and filling what I had colored just to be white. And for the leaves, because I don't want to go and drop each one, I'm just going to click on the plus sign, click on the layer, click clipping mask, do that, and then just merge down a little faster that way. Okay, so now everything is solid underneath, so if I turned off my background layer, you can see it's like that. And now I can go and do some painting. So let's start with the bear. I'm just going to add the plus sign, add a clipping mask, go and grab this brown here, and I'm going to go to, what am I going to do? I'm going to go into the painting, can't see anymore. I'm going to get the spectra, put it at about 35, just fill them in. And the clipping mask is just going to make sure that it all stays on that one layer. And then I'm going to use the little beige here, go and to the airbrushing, not the airbrushing, I'm going to go to the spray paints, click that splatter, and just give them a little texture. And then I'm going to grab that white and bring down my splatter brush all the way to about 12 and just lighten up his nose area quite a bit. Good. And then I seem to have forgotten to put the pink on here for you, so I will put the pink, and it's going to be about there. I'm going to go to my painting, I'm going to grab the, where are you? Gouache. Have it about 5. Give him some little cheeks here. Maybe color in his ears, just a little pink there too. That looks good. Perfect. That's good for now. And then I'm going to go to the cinnamon sticks. I'm going to hit another layer, hit the, make it a clipping mask, and then go and grab this sort of, this brown here, more of a brown. Let's stay on the gouache, that's fine. And bump it up to about 30, color that in. And then I'm going to grab this or darker orange here too and just give it a light coat of that as well. Maybe a little bit darker here. Just kind of get it so it's a little bit of this painted effect. You can bring this down to about 15 and get in there a bit. I think that's good. Then I'm going to take this darker brown and I think with still sticking with my gouache, I'm going to bring it down quite a bit to 3. Just going to give these subtle little lines here. Kind of how they go with the cinnamon sticks. Give it a little bit of shadow under here. Okay. And then I'm going to, with this, I'm going to go back to my spray paint, get that splatter, leaving it on that dark brown. Just give it a light coat on there. Be bringing it down to about 6, giving it a little bit more on the edge just for a shadow here. making that look a little bit more rounded. Okay, and then maybe doing this lighter beige color, bringing that in there. Actually, I'm going to bump this up again, making it about 15 and highlighting that a little bit there. Okay, I think the bear needs to be a little bit more solid. I'm going to go back to this layer here, push the plus sign, and just do another coat below that of that bear color. Going back to the painting, and I'm going to grab the spectra brush again and just fill that in a little bit more. There. Okay. And let's go to the cup layer. So I'm going to click on layer 4, the cup layer, add a plus, make it a clipping mask, grab that orange. I'm still on my spectra, still on, actually you can do it all the way up for this. Just fill that in. Okay, and then I'm going to grab the gouache. Keep it at 3%, 3 or 4. Let's grab this darker orange and just do the shadow of this lip here. And maybe just a little bit underneath where his paws are. Good. And then there's going to be a shadow under here. And then let's put up this gouache to maybe about 12. Sorry, that was 15. Just lightly, a little bit more pressure at the beginning, lightly around. We just give it a little bit here. Good stuff. Okay. And then I think we need to do the sleeve. So we'll click on that, a plus sign, clipping mask, and then I'm going to use this, this beige color, and let's see how that goes. Yeah, that should be fine. I might need to darken it up a little bit. Actually, let's just do that. I'm gonna go down and to the right, warm it up a little bit. See if that's better. I think that'll work. Okay, so I'll add that to here. Lots of beiges today. So with the same brush, the gouache, just gonna fill that in. Just layering, making it a little bit darker at the edge. Again, to make it have a little bit more roundness there. Good stuff. Okay. Then I'm just going to take my eraser and I'm just going to erase the center, so that will be white. Okay, and then I'm going to use that medium orange, bring down my gouache to about 5 or 6. And just, nope, must be more or less than that. So 3, get in there and just color this. You want it to look a little bit imperfect because, well, you can do it however you choose. You just want it to be a little bit more painted, a little bit more hand done, that type thing. Good stuff. Okay, while we're here, because the hat is on this layer, I'm going to go back to this light taupey beigey color, and still let's stick with gouache, bump it back up to about 20, fill this in so he's not completely just white. Okay, then I'm going to just go grab this color here, this medium brown, still with the gouache. I'm going to have this at about, let's say, 4%, and just bring in some shadows here. Actually, I want this a little bit bigger, 6%. bring it in there like so, just giving this a little depth or volume, I guess. Okay, and then I'm going to grab the white, do some highlights. I'll bring this back to 3, just on the top part, just giving it a little something like that. That's too much. Okay, so it's looking all right. Now I think we should probably do the little pumpkins that we had before. So I'm actually going to turn on my layer again, and I can't see it, so I'm going to bring it above that cup layer. Maybe just around here. It doesn't, well, it can be at the top too, it's fine. So we can just see it here. So on a layer above the orange layer where the cup is, I'm going to add another layer, and I'm going to still be on my white. I'm going to go back and grab my inking and the dry brush, and I am making sure I'm on the right layer, and I'm going to go and just draw these pumpkins, and I am at 8%, just for a little design. This one all funny, didn't I? Yeah, let's leave it like that, I think. Okay, so now I can turn off that sketch layer since we have those. And I think underneath that layer on that, in between the orange and the white lined layer, if that makes sense, I'm gonna add another one. You can also do it on the orange one if you want. Again, you know me, I like to work in lots of layers so that I can make lots of changes. For if I want to do color changes for people and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I do it like that. But you can have it all on one layer if you want. And I'm going to go down to, let's say 4, and I'm going to pick this, I'm just going to lighten this up a little bit, quite a bit. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to add this to this as well. So this lighter orange. And I do have this as a clipping mask just so I don't have to worry about going outside the lines. Okay, it gives it a little variation for a little bit of interest. Right, so why don't we do some of our leaves now? So let's go to our leaves layer, add another layer. You can actually also, instead of doing clipping masks, you can do alpha lock on this layer by clicking this and alpha lock. It'll kind of do the same thing, except you won't be able to delete it and still have your solid background. So it's however you want to work. That does work as well. For my purposes, I like a clipping mask. So I'm going to pick that light green color. And we can stay on gouache. Go up to about 8. Just give it a little color here. just lightly, you just layer. So I think I'm going to make these sort of some multicolor stuff. Let's see what happens. Maybe put some of this light yellow. I'm going to bring this up to 12. Warm that up a little bit. Fall leaves. Maybe getting the edges. Should be showing you this a little closer, it'd be easier for you. You know? Just like that. Bringing that dark green. Maybe bring this down to 4. Maybe not, 6. So indecisive with my sizes today, my goodness. Okay, and then I'm gonna see about this nice red color. Let's go and experiment a little bit here. Maybe these guys will have just a touch too. All right, I think that's looking pretty cute. So I'm just gonna make a couple changes to, or a couple additions rather, to the bear here. I'm gonna go onto my line work layer, go get the dark brown color and go to inking and grabbing that dry ink. I just noticed one of his eyes is a little bit too small, first of all. And I don't understand what's, oh, I'm on the, switched the wrong layer again. Oops. Okay, and he's got some, usually has a few little hairs here. Good. This can be shaded in a little bit more. I'm going to do another layer on top. Grab the white, give him some little dots here. Little highlight on his nose. We'll give a little highlight on the cup lid there. Maybe here. That's good. And I'm missing his little polka dots too. Back to the brown. I'm trying to remember what this character looks like. He's got little freckles here. Can't forget those. Okay, so I think that's probably pretty good. I'm going to show you one thing that I don't normally show on here, but what you can do just to make your artwork pop a little bit. So once you're all done, you're happy with everything, I'm just going to delete that sketch layer. I'm going to select everything, and I have a lot of layers. I'm going to group them, duplicate them. I can't, okay, so I'm going to flatten them. So now it's just one image. Now I can't change anything. Now you can duplicate it, go to the end, go to color burn. Now I know that looks a little bit crazy, but bump down the opacity, maybe to 25. Let's see how that jumps, right? So sometimes that will give a little extra pop to your work. So that's it for today's tutorial, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please hit that like button and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of new tutorials just like this in the future. I post every single Tuesday. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.